Hi guys, welcome to Roving books today, and we'll be reviewing Behold the Dreamers by Imbolo Mbue. So this book is about four main characters, Jende and Neni, his wife, and their employers, Clark and Cindy. So we are introduced to Jende and Neni. They are Cameroonians who have moved to America for the life of for a better life. For many Africans, America is pictured as a place where you can achieve your dreams, a place where anything is possible, a place where the son of a poor man can be president. Example, Barack Obama, right? But we forget that to every conversation there is a nuance to it. Thank you, Twitter. There is a nuance to it. And we learned that before people even achieve these dreams, there are many stumbling blocks, and these stumbling blocks can be immigration laws. We see how Jende and Neni have to navigate their lives around immigration laws just so that they can, more than just survive, they can achieve their dreams in America. So, America is welcoming to them at first. I mean, they have an apartment, they are with their son, Naomi, and Neni, she's learning to become a pharmacist. She's on the stepping ground to be a pharmacist. And everything keeps going okay. And things get better when Jende is employed by Clark. Clark is a wealthy American. He works on Wall Street. I know that means plenty money. So Jende is well paid. And then over time, Cindy is hires Neni to do some work for her home, and then they also get more money. So it's like a good time for them. And then recession hits and everything changes. I think one thing that this book did was that it showed that for women, achieving their dreams, especially when they are married, can be a secondary thing. It can be a secondary thing to what their husband desires. And I remember reading the particular scene where this happened, and I was so livid. I was so angry at Jende because, I mean, if someone is your wife, that means the person is your partner. If you are tired of achieving your joint dream, there is a way you can communicate it to your partner and not say, "Oh, I have made up my mind. This is what I want to do." I remember reading how Neni broke down many times because of that decision. She tried to rationalize it. She tried to see, "Oh, what can I do to make sure that this happens and my dream happens as well?" And there was a quote that was made that women are not allowed to want things, right? Women are not allowed to want things. They are just allowed to exist. And it was a very painful time for Neni because she didn't. Yes, so one day you're going to learn that you're a woman and you should not want too many things. Like, I should just be happy with my life, even if it's not the kind of life that I want. And then he was just so heartbroken. So in this particular scene, even before that statement is made, Neni has gone through a lot of mental decisions like, "Oh, this is the decision I'm going to take." And then she's speaking with a pastor, and the pastor tells her that there are many regrets that a person can make in life, but regret, especially when it comes to your child, is not something you want to live with. So I did not really take note of this quote till I was talking about it with someone that, oh, Neni had to give up her dream, and because she had to give up her dream, she wanted to keep up with her dream at the cost of her children. But then this quote was made, and she realized that maybe she should just give up her dreams for the so that she can have her children with her and not regret the decisions she makes concerning them. And that was a very sobering moment for me because it made me realize that not many women get to achieve their dreams. And killing a person's dream is tantamount to killing the person. I know that it may sound a bit dramatic, but I literally saw Neni die in this book. Like, she was there, but she wasn't there. Imagine the amount of breakdown she had, that there was a scene where she was laughing and crying concurrently. Like, she would, in the same time, like, she would cry, she would laugh, she would cry, she would laugh. The same scene where I said the regrets thing, and it was just a very sad thing to read and I know this is what happens to many women. Neni is just one of many. Another thing that point that took my attention in this book is Clark's wife Cindy. So Cindy has a mental illness, and the thing with mental illnesses is that they are not always visible. Like you cannot see it on a person's face. And it was a very sad thing because she was struggling, she was drowning, but her husband didn't see it, her children didn't see it. But yes, her staff saw it, but they did not know how to approach it because the staff and employer dynamic is one that is very unique. And you cannot just, I feel like they were thinking they cannot just interrupt their boss's life by saying, oh, this is what is going on with your wife. And by the time someone would notice, by the time people would know that, oh, this is what's happening, it was already too late. It was a very sad thing, yes, because Cindy was just before the last thing that tipped her off. She was alive. She had connected with family, and which leads to another point. Sometimes I think people are lonely because they lose touch with their family members. I know that love is beautiful, but I think if people keep in touch with their family members more than, like, yes, people keep in touch with their friends, but if they keep in touch with their family members, it gives a sense of groundedness that other things cannot provide. So there's this that scene where Cindy meets her family, and it feels like life is just brought back into her veins. It was so beautiful. It felt like she had gone for a rejuvenation thing, and then she came back better. I think another thing I liked about the book is that African culture it was very beautiful seeing African culture. So there's this song they sang, God na elele, God na wayao. It was in the book. I was so surprised to see there because that was like the last place I imagined that song would be in because it's a song that I'd heard many years ago during praise and worship at church, and I'm in Nigeria. So imagine my surprise seeing that in a book written by a Cameroonian. I mean, it's not even, I don't even know if to say the song is English or French, but I was like, what's going on here? I do not even know what the song means. I just know that apart from the nobody be like because obviously that one has its own meaning. Apart from that side, I do not know what the LLA wire means. Yes, I think I recommend Behold the Dreamers to people who think that Jackpot is the next best thing. Not because it cannot be the next best thing, but because you have to realize that there are going to be struggles and you have to make up your mind if this is something you want to undergo. Yes, it was easy for a person like Winston because his life was different than Jende, but if you are going to America and you're like gender, please read this book so that you not say nobody warned you. I'm warning you now, I'm telling you now, life can be hell in America. In fact, it can be very, very hellish. So read this book and let me know what you think. So bye guys, see you tomorrow and we'll be discussing In the Company of Men by Veronique Tacho. Bye.